The WNBA is in turmoil, and the tension is palpable both on and off the court. What began as a simmering frustration among players has now erupted into a full-blown controversy that's impossible to ignore. The spark? Minnesota Lynx star Napheesa Collier, in a candid and emotional exit interview, called the league's front office the worst in the world. Her words weren't just a personal outburst, they were a rallying cry that resonated with athletes across the league. Collier's statement struck a deep chord. Players from different teams, backgrounds, and experience levels began to echo her frustration, speaking out about long-standing issues. They demanded not only more respect, but also transparency, fair treatment, and better communication from league leadership. The controversy reached a boiling point when reports surfaced that Commissioner Cathy Engelbert allegedly remarked that new stars like Caitlin Clark should be on their knees in gratitude for the league. This comment, whether misquoted or not, infuriated players who believe they've worked tirelessly to build the WNBA's reputation and success from the ground up. For many, this moment symbolized a deep and growing disconnect between the athletes and the executives who run the league, casting a long shadow over what should have been a celebration during the WNBA Finals. Instead of basking in the glow of its recent growth and rising popularity, the league now finds itself mired in a public relations crisis. The spotlight has shifted from the game to a reckoning over how the WNBA truly values its athletes and their voices. With emotions running high and the world watching, the stage was set for a dramatic showdown between players and leadership, one that could shape the future of the league for years to come. Under intense scrutiny, Commissioner Cathy Engelbert faced the media just before the WNBA Finals, knowing the spotlight was brighter than ever. The room was tense, filled with reporters eager for answers and clarity. She firmly denied ever making the controversial "on their knees" comment, her voice steady as she addressed the swirling rumors. Engelbert called the reports not only inaccurate, but deeply misleading, and she didn't hide her frustration at how the story had been spun. She admitted she was personally hurt by the backlash, emphasizing how much the league and its players meant to her. Despite the criticism, Engelbert insisted she's not a quitter. She made it clear she intends to guide the league through this turbulent moment, standing firm in her commitment to the WNBA's future. But her denial wasn't enough to calm the anger. Disappointment rippled through the fan base, and the tension in the arena was unmistakable. For the players, the frustration ran deeper than a single comment. Many felt their concerns had been ignored for too long, and this controversy only brought those feelings to the surface. Engelbert acknowledged the growing rift, trying to balance her own defense with a recognition of the players' ongoing discontent and the need for real dialogue. The press conference quickly shifted focus, becoming less about a single quote and more about the widening divide between athletes and league leadership, a divide that had been simmering beneath the surface for some time. Now, the league's image and Engelbert's future as commissioner hung in the balance, with uncertainty clouding what would come next. The question now, could trust be rebuilt, or had the damage already been done? Realizing denials wouldn't heal the rift, Engelbert pivoted, admitting the league must do better if players don't feel valued. She announced a meeting with Collier, signaling a willingness to listen and rebuild trust. This wasn't just about one player. Engelbert promised broader changes in how the league communicates and collaborates with athletes. Players are demanding a seat at the table and a voice in shaping the league's future. Engelbert's public commitment marked a turning point, but words alone won't be enough. The league's next steps will show if this is real change or just damage control. All eyes are on what happens next. Looming over the ongoing controversy is the urgent negotiation of a new collective bargaining agreement, a process that will determine the future of the league and its athletes for years to come. With the current deal set to expire soon, the pressure is mounting on both sides to reach an agreement before time runs out. The players' union, determined to make their voices heard, opted out of the existing agreement, seeking not just better pay and benefits, but also a significantly larger share of league revenue, reflecting their growing impact on the sport and the business. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert has promised a landmark deal, one that could set new standards for women's sports, including higher salaries, improved working conditions, and expanded revenue sharing. But she's also warned that negotiations will be tough, with both sides holding firm on key issues. Without a new CBA in place, critical off-season events, like the highly anticipated expansion draft for Portland and Toronto, are now on hold, creating uncertainty for teams and fans alike. Both sides are eager to avoid a lockout, knowing that a work stoppage could have lasting consequences for everyone involved. A lockout could derail the league's hard-won momentum, disrupt the fan experience, and stall the progress made in recent years. For players, these negotiations represent a rare opportunity to secure generational wealth, respect, and recognition for their contributions on and off the court. For the league, it's about building a sustainable future, expanding its reach, and ensuring long-term growth. The recent tensions and public debates will shape these high-stakes talks, with players more unified, organized, and vocal than ever before in their demands. The outcome of these negotiations will define the WNBA's next era, setting the tone for the league's future and the legacy of its athletes. Officiating has become another flashpoint, with players and coaches blasting inconsistent calls and lack of accountability. After a playoff game marred by controversy, Engelbert announced a new task force to overhaul officiating. The group will include league officials, referees, coaches, and players, aiming for real reform. Engelbert admitted the league is misaligned with what stakeholders want from officiating. The task force's work will be closely watched as a test of the league's willingness to listen and change. Alongside CBA talks and player relations, fixing officiating is critical for the WNBA's credibility. The league's future depends on getting these reforms right.